I cannot stand Mr. Baseball.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I knew it.
Here we go.
Yeah, I tried to throw a little bit back at it.
Love that logo, love that jersey, love that color scheme, everything about it. All right, welcome back to the second half of the Non-Letter Sports Podcast. And tonight we're going to be talking about entertainment sports. We're going to talk about maybe some monster trucks, some roller derby, and some American Gladiators. We may not get the roller derby, who knows. Let's start with monster trucks, because I think we've all loved monster trucks at one point or another as kids. And I know, Dave, you've actually recently been to a monster truck show in the last few years, have you not?
Yep. Last year. Yeah.
And was it fun?
It was awesome. My son, he's big into monster trucks. Actually, 2 years ago, we went to the Outer Banks and stopped at the home of Gravedigger and did quite a bit of walking around there, and actually did a monster truck ride, which was pretty awesome. We went to Allentown and watched a Monster Jam event, and it was by far one of the coolest things I've ever done.
I can't remember the last time I was at a function like that. I can't remember.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It was awesome. It just being up close to those trucks, and you can actually feel the exhaust and everything. It was intense.
I can only imagine just the sound just rumbling through.
I think it's absolutely crazy that Bigfoot is not part of Monster Jam to this day.
I mean, that was the OG, right? That was the original.
That was the original, yeah.
And then it seems like we've surpassed that. Now we have multiple different trucks out there. But Bigfoot, I mean, that's the iconic, I think, in my opinion. I grew up watching Bigfoot and learning about Bigfoot. That's where I learned about monster trucks.
I think that was for a lot of people in our generation. It's Bigfoot.
Yep.
I would say it's Bigfoot and then Gravedigger for sure.
Well, Gravedigger was created in '82. So I had to think of that one for a second.
This one might be maybe a little further out there, but I would maybe throw in Carolina Crusher.
Yeah.
That's one that always comes to mind.
Yep. I mean, Bigfoot's iconic if you think about all the movies that truck was in.
Where's it out here? Yeah, Bigfoot was created in 1975.
That's a long time.
Sorry, I had to put Sadie in her crate. She was getting stressed out, so I apologize. Do you guys remember Snakebite?
Yes.
With the driver Colt Cobra?
Yep.
Who was a guy under a mask? I think that's genius.
It was genius. That was back in the day when the monster trucks and the mud races and everything. That was when it was real big. I mean, the late 70s, early 80s, even all the way to early 90s. And then it started, I don't want to say commercializing, but it commercialized into what we have today.
Oh, what isn't commercialized anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, everything's commercialized.
And now there's Monster Jam, and then Hot Wheels has their own thing too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thought so.
But it's odd because I think the same trucks run kind of together there.
Really? Like there isn't like a...
I want to say they crisscross occasionally, or maybe one year they're doing one thing. I don't know. I mean, I'd assume that there's a lot of trucks out there yet that are running, so I think they probably move them back and forth. I know they have different drivers for different trucks.
So it's free market monster trucks is what we're finding out. They're not locked down to contracts.
I would check into that, but I believe that's
Okay.
I don't want to be spewing false information here, but I mean, it seems to me that you see, trucks running back and forth. And I know on the pro circuit, there's, you have different drivers, different trucks, and different style trucks that are running as well.
All right. You guys good if we jump over to American Gladiators next?
Sure.
All right. So this was the basis of the idea is because very recently there was a 30 for 30 about American Gladiators, and it was really good. And then Netflix just dropped another documentary about American Gladiators that was even better than the 30 for 31. So this was very fresh on my mind. And granted, I think a lot of people who know me know that I'm a fan of a very certain form of sports entertainment, but I think American Gladiators might be the ultimate form of sports entertainment.
That was fun to watch. That was really fun to watch. And of course, growing up, that's what you want to try to do. You know, you're always like, oh, I can do that. I can do that. And then you get up there.
Either of you know how it started?
No.
Okay, so it was created by a guy named Dan Carr. A gentleman named Johnny Ferrero also was involved. But Dan Carr started it because he was a steel worker, and at the steelworker union picnics that they would have every year, they would do Tough Man games. And these Tough Man games were basically the original idea for American Gladiators. Dan and Johnny filmed a test game at Erie Tech High School in Erie, Pennsylvania, in front of like 5,000 people, packed this gym, and they filmed it, and that was the original American Gladiators pilot.
Wow, it occurred in Pennsylvania. That's awesome in itself.
Yeah, and if you watch, you probably should watch them both because they're kind of companion pieces. The Netflix one is better, but they both have a good whole story told between the two of them. The 30 for 31 shows clips from the Erie Tech High School video. And it's just like, it's like legit dudes who fought in bars playing like a broke version of Powerball.
Wow.
Like, these were not dudes who were like trying to be good athletes. These were dudes beating the fuck out of each other with a soccer ball in their hand.
Yeah, definitely got to watch it now. That's for sure. That's a definitely have to now.
It's kind, to me, like, the story of it is cool because it started in Pennsylvania in a school, and it became this big, like, huge syndicated success. But like the version we got to watch was far more about athleticism and heart than how tough you were, I think.
Well, also a lot of the American Gladiators were also, a lot of the games you had to be strategic at, because a lot of it was them trying to come at you with brute force, and you got to try to figure out how to get by them just with some type of strategy. And that's how it normally was. Yeah, it was entertaining to watch to see how they did it, if they could.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. It was a lot of strategy involved, and I think the events were well set up and definitely challenging.
Yeah. What was that? What were your guys' favorites?
Oh, geez. I know I did like Joust because of how high they were on those. That was fun. The Maze, or was it the Maze? What was the last?
There was a maze. There was a maze. You're right.
There was a
Holy
maze.
Crap! I forgot about that.
I know. I do like the last event just because of everything that you have to go through for it.
Oh, the Eliminator.
That's it, the Eliminator. I couldn't think of the name. Yeah.
I always liked Atmosphere, where they were inside the hamster balls.
Yes.
The metal hamster balls.
Yes. That was fun to watch.
I was a big fan of Assault. That was one of my favorites.
Now, see, that one was one that you really had to be strategic about what you did in.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was timing involved. There was being strategic in how when you ran, how you got there, what you did next. Like, you had to be prepared for that one, or you were getting just smashed with a tennis ball like 100 miles an hour.
I know, that's probably my favorite part. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be honest about that.
What, getting hit with a tennis ball at 100 miles an hour?
Yeah. Come on, man. As a kid, as a kid growing up watching that, it was awesome.
You know we can recreate this with a potato cannon, right?
Hey, I'm down for that if that's what you want to do.
Oh,
What's wrong, Jason?
what happens at a Kanabowski family picnic stays at a Kanabowski family picnic.
Which part?
The trees don't stay, that's for sure.
Well, hey, that tree
Why
is
does
still
it smell
alive.
so piney?
Hey, that tree is still alive yet, so you know.
Half of it.
No, 3/4 of it. 3/4 of it. Because, the campfires there are pretty small. Okay. Small enough you gotta stay. Well, let's put it this way: the small campfires, you gotta stay in the back about 30 feet.
I was gonna say, if it's anything like our golf outings, it could be interesting.
See, the people listening and not watching on YouTube have no idea that you just like smiled like the Cheshire Cat and the freaking Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And how many of these events, Jason, were you at?
Plenty. So, going back to the topic du jour here. I did the joust at an event.
When?
Well, see, you didn't stay. You went and partied like a normal person. I stayed for the post-prom in 2002, and they had the joust at the post-prom.
Gotcha.
And I came in second place. And one of the people I beat was her old friend Travis.
Oh, jeez.
And when I beat him, I followed it up by launching myself off the pedestal and delivering just the most beautiful flying elbow drop I've ever given in my life to someone. I mean, Randy Savage would have just been proud. It was that nice looking.
Now, my question is, Jason, did you watch the newer version of American Gladiators in 08?
No. No, I didn't. I'll be honest with you, I didn't.
I heard about it when it was coming out. I remember hearing about it, but never gave it the time.
Here's why. It was never going to live up to what the original was. Because it won't. The original hit at a good time as far as TV was concerned.
And at that point, it was pure entertainment. It was enjoyable to watch these contenders and basically at points beat the crap out of each other.
No, and it was unique. It was different than anything that was on TV at that time. You didn't have reality TV. You didn't have all the cable channels that you had even in 2008. It was truly like it was different, and it stood out for that reason.
Yeah, it was a unique show. It honestly was.
Not just unique, it was nothing was the same. Yeah, the events stayed the same, but the results were just like it wasn't like your typical, oh, we know how this is going to end. Oh, we know what they're going to do. You never knew what anything was going to happen.
And it was cool because you could have a favorite gladiator and still cheer for the contender.
Correct. Yeah. And on that note, Jason, who was your favorite gladiator?
Man, I think it's Laser. I thought Laser was cool.
What do you think, David?
I'm trying to remember.
David liked Lace, let's be honest.
Shut up, man. Shut up. Come on, man. No, not real. No. Yeah. Damn it. Like I said, I don't know. It's hard. It's a toss-up for everything. It's a toss-up on who
you remember.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what's trying to run through my head right now is trying to remember everybody. Part of me now wants to go back and see if I can find old episodes.
They are on ESPN Plus, I believe.
Yep, they are.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I know what I'm watching tomorrow. I know what I'm watching tomorrow. Put it on the background as I'm cleaning my basement. Absolutely. I'll probably watch more of that than clean the basement, but still.
You know, and it still holds up because Pluto had an American Gladiators channel for a few years, and I would sit and watch it. And it's still fun to watch. You still end up getting invested, even though it's 30-some years old.
Yep.
Well, I think at that point when you invest in it because you remember what it felt like to watch it for the first time. And that's why you invest in it. It's like when you watch those old shows you love watching, like let's say, for example, Caddyshack. When it's on, you have to watch it because you just remember the first time you watched it, how good it was, and it still holds up to this day.
Major League.
Major Leagues.
Slapshot.
Slapshot.
Dude, okay, so we saw someone who straight up looked like a Hanson brother tonight.
Yes, we did.
Please tell me.
See, that was not the person you were talking about, for the record.
It was not. It was not. It was two separate people, two separate conversations. However, it sort of managed to pull into one whole conversation at the end of the night. And it was
about
awkward.
the foil? That's about the foil.
So there was someone
Something
sitting,
on Facebook.
someone behind me at Moose's. I thought when I got up to leave and I looked, it was the guy who looked like a Hanson brother, because it's kind of a unique look. It's an odd look. You don't expect someone with thick black rim glasses and long hair anywhere.
No, you don't.
And then you got this guy there, and I'm like, that's got to be what Dave and Sean are making fun of behind my back. But I later find out that it was not.
It was not. It was
Should
not.
have asked him for the foil. Should have asked him.
I've never seen a... Go ahead.
Jason, didn't you put a picture on Facebook of just the trailer or the movie poster? Or
yes,
or where was
it? It was like 100 comments of just nothing but quotes from the movie. And 75 of those were your brother.
Basically, we just did the whole concept of the movie just right there.
So I believe, because I still haven't seen the person, it was a bald guy with Wolverine chops that you were looking at.
But it wasn't. It was less than that, I feel like. I wouldn't even say it was Wolverine.
So this is staying in the show, by the way. I'm not taking this out. This is too good.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. No, it was it was odd. It was odd. I mean, listen, I'm a bald guy myself, and there's things I would do facial hair wise, and that was one of the things that I wouldn't even think about doing. So basically, imagine ear level down, mutton chop to where the mustache should be, and everything in the center was gone.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It just wasn't I don't know. I was intrigued. Apparently making hand gestures while said individuals looking wasn't the appropriate thing to do, but
you were very animated, is how I will put it. You were very animated.
It was intriguing, honestly. It wasn't even Joe Dirt type facial hair. It was like beyond that. So,
was there a party in the back?
There was nothing in the back.
So he was apparently fully bald.
Oh, completely. Okay. I didn't know, because I know people when they say they're bald, that they got like a horseshoe going with like a party in the back. I've seen that one already.
Oh, you mean like my grandfather with the 2 strands he's still holding on to and combing over?
I mean, I've contemplated the skullet. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm glad you haven't. I think you would have a bad home life if you did.
I certainly would. Yeah.
Now, Jason, does this bring back memories? Trying to line up?
Dave is new to the area, so he's never experienced my grandfather. Not that he gets his hair cut by my grandfather, but his son Louis does. And they've never experienced my grandfather cutting hair whilst having double vision and wearing an eye patch.
Nope, I've not seen that.
Does he still do the jokes?
Yes.
Yeah. How many times have you heard the Helen Brown joke?
I hasn't told that one in years. He actually told one the other day when I got my hair cut, and it was actually funny. And I genuinely laughed.
It was actually funny.
That
Oh.
doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
That does not sound right.
Oh,
And I see these are the things people are going to talk about when, God forbid, he passes, is his bad jokes, how he welcomes people into the barbershop with who the heck's next or what the crap's happening.
Jerry Springer.
He doesn't watch that anymore. He has
He
on
doesn't?
Deal or No Deal. And
God,
we're so far off topic.
shocking.
He watches Deal or No Deal, and he actively roots against the people playing Deal or No Deal, even though these are like 15-year ago episodes.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
He's like,
That
these
is
people are so
fantastic.
stupid. They should just take the offer. They're all greedy. I'm like, oh my God. Half these people may not even be alive anymore based on the age they were when this was filmed.
That's probably accurate.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's fantastic.
That's hilarious.
Oh, man.
Oh man, yeah. And you always got either the airplanes, the lollipop, or the army guy parachute.
Yeah, he doesn't even do any. He just does lollipops now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he hasn't done airplanes or the Army men in a long, long time. Man, those freaking foam airplanes would go, though.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, yes, they would.
I wonder
For the
if they still
record,
make them.
Jason, for the
Yes.
record, I did get a lollipop when I took Louis down there the last time.
Oh, yeah?
I got one too.
No, he likes you, so that's a good thing.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, shit, they still make them. Maybe I'll buy a box for him
Oh, God. Amazon?
so he can give them out. Walmart.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
yeah. Because normally you find anything on Amazon. The adult Toys R Us.
That can go a few different ways, man.
I was just going to say, boy, that went a different direction than I thought he was anticipating it to go.
Although we did reference back to those in our cup discussion of making the perfectly molded cup so that you're protected as best as possible. Because they sell kits that you can clone body parts for. So you could take that same concept for the cup.
Yes.
To have the perfect imprint of your stuff so that you're perfectly protected with the cup.
Yes. I have to say, Sean put 2 and 2 together there. He did come up with some creative thoughts on that.
Oh, this frightens me. So
I
how are we
still
going to
think
test this? Am I going to start shooting pucks at somebody?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I can't skate, but I'll go out there and stand.
All right. I got the goalie gear.
I mean, I've seen Super Troopers. I watch Mac out there.
All right. Oh, this could go south real quick.
I still like Sack Safe as the name, but
Hey, I mean, I wasn't opposed to it.
So how about this? Why don't we put up a little poll or something? What do you think of a name for this?
well, we gotta actually start figuring out the logistics of it before we do anything.
Go get a poll out there so you can kind of come up with some names, because you know what I mean. It could go. We could go a couple different directions. There could be some creative stuff out there.
I can just
What was
picture
his Max
somebody
Haulers?
Max Haulers. That's a good one.
Maximum safety hauling your balls. Oh yeah, I'm willing to bet this will be a topic of discussion on next Saturday when we're watching the fights.
Oh, guaranteed it will
probably.
be. It will be.
Oh, probably.
We'll all be fat and drinking, and we'll be talking about this personalized cup.
Well, there's so many things that you can discuss with this that I can't wrap my head around at the moment, nor am I going to bring up. But there's a lot of things that I have to wrap my head around here.
Yeah. Oh, this could go in so many different directions. This could go south real quick.
Like everything we do goes south real quick.
Most likely it's going to go that way. Much like our golf course outing. I'll go back to that again.
At least we won't get kicked out of creating Ultimate Protective Cup.
I mean, I wouldn't bet on that. Somehow, some way, something's going to happen.
Yeah, normally it does. So when's our next outing? What course we going to?
We got to do an early morning.
Yes.
And I you know what? I think we got to do Blue Mountain. I know Sean wants to do Manada, but we didn't have a lot of good luck at at Likens Valley.
What do you mean, Jason?
Yeah.
I kind of just want to go to Blue Mountain where they're pretty like, just do whatever you want. Just don't destroy anything. Oh, you got attacked by a goose? You'll be fine. Here's a beer.
Oh, you ran over the course marker? Here you go.
The sad part is, dude, I did get attacked by a goose at Blue Mountain.
And you did run over the course marker.
And I did that too, yeah. Well, with the goose, it was me, my brother, and my cousin, and I shanked it. I mean, it just gone. So I figured, okay, I'm going to go over and get it. But yeah, well, apparently a goose thought otherwise. And here I go hauling ass the other way because this thing's chasing the hell out of me. My brother and my cousin, they're laughing their asses off at me. So we get around to, I think it's this at the tee box at the third hole. I'm going to go get it again. Grab my club. Brother yells at me not to because, that would not look good. I think it got as close to where its wings hit my head. It got that close. And here I am once again, hauling ass the other way.
Well, you were also the guy that I witnessed drive a golf ball through a 55-gallon plastic drum. Completely through it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was pretty cool. That was a cool sound, though, it made.
It did. Yeah, the person next to us, I don't think was very impressed.
It was pretty cool sound, though.
Yeah.
I didn't intentionally try to do it.
We spent that whole 2 hours just pissing off those ladies unintentionally.
No, I mean, somewhat. I mean, when David backed over the course marker, by the way, if you could see my face, I do have tears rolling down my face for talking about this.
Here I am just trying to get it unstuck.
Probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
But those ladies were just fuming, sitting there watching us like fucking Keystone Cops trying to untangle this shit.
As he's backing up and driving right into it.
And of course, we're all just
turn left. Which left?
Yeah, turn left. Which left? Like you got it wrapped around the tire at this point. Oh my!
That was a great day.
Oh, that was such a fun day.
That was. It was more than fun. It was more than fun.
There's so many conversations that were not meant for the golf course either.
Oh. You motherfucker.
One of them just popped into Jason's head.
That's the same one I'm referring to, I believe.
Oh, man. Oh, I got tears coming out. Oh, God.
And you can't say alcohol was not involved because it was.
Yeah, it surely was.
I know we polished off a good amount that day. Even
before,
yeah, I think we polished. I think we almost went through. I know we went through over 12 before even 9 holes.
Well, we should probably rephrase that and go back to you went through at least 8 before 6 holes.
Yeah, maybe.
Which is probably
yeah.
it probably led to the course marker. But anyway,
Hey, Jason said drive.
he did. I was there. He said,
I only golf once a year. I'm sorry.
And you let me drive.
That was said more than once at the golf course as well.
Oh man.
I only golf once a year. Oh.
Well, that has to change.
Yep.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh my god.
That's great.
Well,
I'm good on this topic. I mean, we can continue bullshitting because it's hilarious, and I think people will enjoy it. But I think as far as the topic goes, I'm good. You guys good?
we're good.
Second
All right.
half. That's a wrap on the second half. Holy crap.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, we
you
need
know-
to plan a new golf outing.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what? Here's something for us. We want to make a weekend out of it. Dave, you know the area.
Yeah.
Go up to my parents' cabin. There's a place. Let's see here. I forget what it's called. Right up in New York.
Bolivar.
Say that name again.
Bolivar Country Club.
That's it.
Yep.
Because my dad Matt has gone there. You know, my dad and my brother Matt. They've golfed up there, where they were told to find a cart. Which one works?
So,
It's
Little known-
just like a random. Which one works?
yep. Little known fact, that was a course that we played when I was in high school. That was Shingle House, which is just south of the border. That was their home course, was Bolivar. So that's where we played against them when we went up there. It's a great course.
From what I heard, not well managed.
No. Nope. I mean, it's nice. The course is taken care of. It's just good luck getting a cart.
Sounds
Or
like the perfect
backfires.
place for us to go.
Yeah, the thing backfires and blows flames. That's what we had happen when we were up there. There's a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's not and that's not far from my parents' cabin either.
Nope. No, just over the hill. You go over the hill, drop down into Ceres, and you just turn right.
Oh,
Where's it
man.
at compared to? Here.
There's
I think it's
also
only like
Cowder.
20 minutes. I think it's only 20 minutes from there.
Yeah, it's not far. Cowdersport also has a course, and Smethport has a course.
Yeah, they're not far from the cabin either.
Nope.
And hell,
Yeah, and Dave
that's home
wants
for
all
you.
of us to go up, so
Hell, that's home for you.
It
Right,
is.
Dave?
I've played all those courses. All those courses are good courses where you don't have to really worry too much.
and then we can go to the friendly for food.
Yes.
Oh, my dad's actually seen it, and I think he says it's like a hole in the wall.
It is. It is.
But those places are the best places to eat.
Yeah, and I'm biased. I grew up there, so that's my hometown. You know, obviously grew up in that town, and they have some good food, and it's an original building. I mean, it's an old building, old brick building, and they, haven't really done much on the exterior, but the interior they completely redid, and it's not a bad place.
So we got Blue. You think Mountain Valley, Jason, would be a good one?
Where's Mountain Valley?
Up along 81, has 36 holes.
I've never been there. You have.
Oh,
So-
you haven't been to Mountain Valley?
No, I think Sean has, but I've never been.
I say that course is unforgiving, by far unforgiving. I know Rich Valley's a decent course down by it's off of Wardsville.
Yeah, down by Carlisle, Mechanicsburg.
That's it. Couldn't think of it for a second.
Yeah, it's
I
right
played
along
there.
Yeah, I
there.
heard good things about that place.
Yeah, I played there a couple of times. So we got to plan another golf outing.
Yeah, I'm
we
pretty
just
much
gotta
good
go
whenever.
early. What was that, Dave?
I'm pretty much good whenever.
Well, there's Hidden Valley.
I feel like we're gonna run into a lot of the same things at Hidden Valley that we did.
That's
I
been a long
want to
time since I
avoid
played.
us being told to leave.
Well, we weren't. Yeah, we were kind of told to leave in a different way.
This is one of those times where we wanted to be drunk in a bar and they threw us into public.
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 Well, before we wrap this up, Dave, why don't you remind all the listeners about your podcast and where they can find it?
Sure. The 2216 podcast can be found on any place you find podcasts. We're on Spotify, Apple, pretty much anything that's out there. So, and appreciate everybody following, listening, and appreciate Jason and David having me. And I think it was a good time.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, you're always welcome. You know that.
Yep, I appreciate it, guys.
With that, you can find me every now and again on the Other Ship podcast. It is a pop culture podcast with Pro Wrestling Lean. You can join the team as they talk about movies, sports, music, TV, food, and of course pro wrestling. I'll be on the August 20th episode. We talked about snacks that we miss and want to come back.
Mr. Green.
I did talk about Mr. Green. None of them believed me that was real, even with looking at Google.
What?
We probably did a whole hour just on McDonald's because McDonald's has had that many items that they've taken away from over the years.
The only thing I really like from McDonald's that I wish they'd bring back were the chicken fajitas.
Yes, those things were good.
I'm glad somebody remembers that.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
time I say that, somebody's like, they never had that. Well,
No, they did.
Mr. Green, though, I miss Mr. Green. Just a glorified Dr. Pepper. It was still good.
It was swamp water color, though.
Pretty much.
And I think it had like ginseng added to it or something.
It was
a
still
Sobe
good.
product.
Hey, we still drank the crap out of it, though.
We did. We were like the only people who were drinking it, I think.
So we couldn't get a discount on the case then.
No, we couldn't. But you can find the Other Ship wherever you get your podcasts. With that, thank you for joining us for episode 72 of the Non-Other Sports Podcast. You can find us online at our Linktree account. You can just click that link. It'll take you to all of our social media sites that I never update because I'm lazy. I'll be honest with you. I'm lazy. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, message us. You can find us for streaming and download on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, iTunes, Audible, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. We're on Pandora, which you can get through SiriusXM, but we're not on SiriusXM. I don't know why I threw that out there. But you can find us wherever you are, or you can look at us and watch us on YouTube, but you won't be able to watch Dave. You can watch me and Dave, but you can't watch Dave. But with that, I'm Jason.
I'm David.
And thank you for joining us, Dave. We will talk with you next time.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.